Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Great news, my friends. It's time once again to inhale that new star smell as we continue our journey through Star Trek The Next Generation, Season 1, Episode 6, Where No One Has Gone Before. Nothing to it but to do it. If you could do me a quick favor though and hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel and it allows me to alert you next time it's time for Star Trek or any of our sci-fi fare. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. And if you're not a fan of Patreon, consider YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes at least a day early. But my dear, dear friends, all that is then and this is now. And what is now? Now it's time for Where No One Has Gone Before, the 6th episode of the very first season of Star Trek The Next Generation. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go.
Captain's log, stardate 41263.
Another ship.
We have rendezvoused with the USS Fearless, from which a Starfleet propulsion expert.
Fearless.
And how do you explain Starfleet's report? The same tests on the USS Ajax and on the Fearless over there resulted in a measurable increase in propulsion.
Our engines are new, sir.
Ajax.
The tests on those older ships may have simply been to straighten out some engine inefficiencies.
Since you're concerned about these tests.
Yes, sir.
Riker looks thin.
I'll ask Counselor Troy to look these visitors over.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm assuming she can tell if somebody's lying or malicious or... To me, the counselor's like a cheat code for negotiations.
Where is the captain, please? A ship's engines should be the concern of a ship's captain.
They are, sir, which is why they have made the first officer directly responsible.
What is his marking?
Guided, of course, by one of our chief engineers, Lieutenant Commander Argyle in this case.
I would like to set up in the engine room immediately.
I'll have our chief engineer show you to his engine.
All right, so a bit of an asshole.
One thing that Kaczynski isn't hiding is bad disposition.
Chief looked at Riker like...
Self-important and very sure of himself and his ability.
His assistant.
He's the puzzle. With most life forms, I can usually
Like an
feel
android?
something. With him, nothing.
Like, what does she feel from Data?
The safety of the Enterprise may be entrusted to these two.
Jean-Luc is telling us about the final frontier. It's interesting that Riker would... I think that shows a little bit about Riker, that he would be willing to like dive into the specs of what's been going on. Like that's how in the operation of the Enterprise that he actually is. Like we went over these specs and we put them into the computer and it didn't do anything. Like how many first officers would do that, which is supposed to be like a routine tune-up for the engines, you know? I can see a chief engineer doing that, like Scotty coming forward and being like, I don't understand any of what they're doing here. But having Riker kind of bring that to the forefront and present that to Picard is interesting because I'm not sure if that's like almost like a micromanaging of everything or if he's just like that into it. Maybe a mixture of both. Also, I didn't realize that like everybody is a lieutenant. Like Tasha Yar is a lieutenant. Geordi's a lieutenant, Worf's a lieutenant. They just came across here. I think Data's a lieutenant commander. That's a lot of lieutenants. How many ensigns?
You received the information which Starfleet provided. You fed it into your computer as precisely as humanly possible. Then you did a controlled test, and then nothing happened. What's going on? This doesn't work. Kaczynski's a fraud.
This guy's a hoot. He's a joy.
I'm saying I'm not a teacher. I have neither the inclination nor the time.
You have all the time you need.
Well, unless you explain it, you're not doing anything.
But it hasn't been approved by the chief engineer or by me.
Perhaps I should speak to Captain Picard.
It won't change anything.
How basic shall I be?
I'll leave that to you.
I love it. Riker's not going to take any shit.
Time, my assistant is going to lay in my base formulas more rapidly than any human being possibly could, even myself.
I think he has less than 5 fingers, the guy by Wesley.
Something troubles you with the way this is configured?
But shouldn't these be connected? Here and here.
He's testing you, Wesley. He's testing you to see if you would find it.
Now will it do what Kaczynski says it will?
It has a chance. It might work better.
So Wesley's like a genius, right?
What else than nature are the elementals of space and time? You are trained in the system. You go in a straight
Dude.
line.
You ask to get past me. You don't push past me.
Can anything he's proposing damage our system?
How could it? It's meaningless.
Then we should let him try it.
What do you mean let him try it? Don't talk about me in the third person as if I'm not standing right here.
Yes, we might as well let him try.
Oh, yes, we might as well let him try it.
What is your rank?
Don't play with that.
What's his rank? Because this is horse shit. Barking at us?
Engineering, this is the bridge.
Do this one just like the last time. Nothing changes. Commander, I'll make my preliminary adjustment.
Yeah, he has like 2 big fingers and a thumb.
Engage.
Here we go.
Yeah, Wesley, stay close to these monitors, dude. He doesn't know what he's doing.
What are you doing?
Whoa. What's he doing? He's phasing.
Captain, we're passing warp 10.
What? Oh, this is new. Maybe speak up if you think something's wrong, dude.
Reverse engines.
No one has ever reversed engines at this velocity.
Because no one has gone this fast. Reverse engines.
I'm about to just slow down.
We've not only left our own galaxy, but passed through 2 others, ending up on the far side of Triangulum, the galaxy known as M33.
Data, what distance have we traveled?
2,700,000 light years, sir.
I can't accept that.
You must, sir.
Maximum warp, sir, it would take over 300 years to get home.
All right, smart ass down in engineering. I'm going to need you up on the bridge.
Experiment has sent our starship hurtling out of our own galaxy and past another, taking us over 2,700,000 light years in a few minutes.
Message on this has already been transmitted.
And we're on the far side of a third, right?
Traveling subspace, they should receive in 51 years, 10 months, 9 weeks, 16 days.
Mr. Data.
I'm giving you the facts, man.
Captain Picard.
What are you smiling for, dickhead?
As the power grew, I applied the energy asymptomatically. I anticipated some tilling, but it didn't occur. Now, that was my error, using the bezel functions at the beginning.
To tell the truth, sir, it sounds like nonsense to me.
No, well, Data, did he just say nonsense? I mean, Geordi probably knows too.
I can call my mother. She's a doctor.
I need to rest. I've been away too long.
What happened to you?
Away from what?
Believe me, I mean no harm to this vessel or those in it.
I do believe you.
Is Mr. Kaczynski like he sounds? A joke?
No, it's too cruel. He has then some small part of this.
He has nothing to do with it, yeah.
I just thought the formula you were using said something like that.
Don't ever say that again, especially not at your age in a world that's not ready for such dangerous nonsense.
I've always suspected that this rate of speed was possible, but at this level...
I actually like West. I'm a huge Will Wheaton fan.
New parameters.
Perhaps you could call it the Kozinski scale.
This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I love it.
As an explorer, in 3 centuries of space travel, we charted just 11% of our galaxy.
Can you do it again? Can you get us home?
Can we return?
Well, of course I can. I'll just do what I did before.
You seem super confident.
Coming, Riker.
Commander Riker will join you in a moment.
What is this guy's rank?
Can you allow a man who's made one mistake back into a position where he may make another?
Why not avail ourselves of this opportunity for study? No other vessel has been out this far.
Spoken like a true Starfleet graduate.
We are explorers.
Starfleet can use his technique to bring back a pure science vessel.
Do you realize how
Send
many
out a
great
probe or
advancements mankind
take a couple
have
scans
been
or-
tied to speed?
Oh my God, this guy.
Right here, right now. And your names will be forever linked with mine.
Excuse me, Commander Riker.
Wesley's like 100 times smarter than you, dude.
I don't think he did this. Things
Not
that
now, Wes. Standing by, number 1.
But sir, when all this happened, I was watching.
Listen to him, Riker.
Wesley, I am looking forward to hearing all about it, but not right now.
Riker's just pissed.
Why don't you do it by yourself?
Yes, why not?
No, I will help.
I've laid in the reciprocal course back, Captain.
Wesley could probably do it. I'm not the phasing stuff, but Or I might be putting way too much faith in Wesley.
As before, begin at warp 1.5.
We have to match speed and duration almost exactly. Lord, we'll be 7 years away from, you know.
This isn't working.
No shit. Riker saw it this time, yep. I know they'll explain it, but I'm really curious what he's doing. Well, we weren't shaken before.
According to the instruments, sir, our speed never exceeded warp 1.5.
But where is this place?
Where are we? Do they even still have, like, the cosmic rim like we had in Where No Man Has Gone before?
Position puts us at over 1 billion light years from our galaxy. I'll be in engineering.
I'm going to kill somebody.
Klingon tar. My pet.
All right.
From home.
Oh, no.
But when I was a child.
You're telling me it's a kitty cat?
Yes.
It died, I bet.
I suppose you could call it that.
Everyone saw it, though. Jesus. We on the bridge or in engineering? Oh, I'd do a ship-wide.
Here. Now run. This place isn't safe at all.
What's wrong? You look scared to death.
I was
What the hell is up with her past, man?
I was at the colony where I grew up, being chased by a rape gang.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we're tripping out here.
Captain, we need your
Oh,
help.
a good hallway shot. We haven't had one of those yet. And we need to have like a ship-wide communication, like general quarters or...
Come and have a cup of tea, the way you like it.
Mama, this can't be. You've been...
Dead?
Patrick Stewart's so good.
Or do you see this as beginning of it?
We believe it, the Outer Rim. Can you tell me where my ship is?
Captain?
Is it really her? Oh my God, what... Are they in like... Oh no, she'll be gone. God, he's such a good actor.
Can I help you, sir?
No. Let's help all of us. General quarters, red alert.
There we go. There we go.
I had to get everyone's attention. This seemed to be the quickest way.
Why not?
What we think also becomes a reality. Must begin controlling our thoughts. What did you do?
It wasn't him. It never was. It was his assistant.
It was me.
Bullshit.
Was me. I thought somehow I was operating on his level.
How could you?
Wesley did.
Except him.
If you knew
Except
something, why did you
Kaczynski.
say so?
Yeah, Wesley figured it out.
He tried.
I tried.
He's unconscious.
Nice,
Why?
Riker. Nice. Take the heat for it.
Parts of him disappeared and then came back. Nobody else was paying attention to him the first time.
When we saw it this time, he seemed to be struggling.
Riker saw it.
He's dying.
He mustn't. He's the only one who can get us back. Captain's log supplemental. Our position is unknown.
What are those things? Those lights.
Physiology is sufficiently different from our own to create medical problems in caring for him.
My equipment doesn't register his kind of life signs.
Can we get Troy down here to like sense something?
He's my friend.
He seems to have developed some sort of special attachment to the boy.
My name is Wesley, Commander Riker.
Yeah.
He knows.
So do I. I love gruff Jean-Luc. I never expected it.
We don't have that luxury. Wake him.
He could die.
If we stay here much longer, we may lose the ability to distinguish between thought and reality.
Yeah, that's true. That's super true.
Who are you? Or what?
A traveler.
What is your destination?
Destination.
What place are you trying to reach?
Time traveler?
There is no specific place I wish to go.
Then what is the purpose of your journey?
Dimensional, maybe, because of the phasing.
I seek only transportation in order to see and experience your reality. I am no threat to you, your ship, or your crew.
And in order to satisfy this curiosity, you have brought my ship and my crew into grave risk.
I don't think he meant to do that.
thought is the basis of all reality. The energy of thought, to put it in your terms, is very powerful.
That's not an explanation.
You need to shut up.
So much nonsense. You're asking us to believe in magic.
Get him out of here.
Thought is the essence of where you are now. You do understand the danger, don't you? You should not be here until your far, far distant future. Certainly not until you've learned control.
You are from a different time, aren't you?
No, not exactly from another time.
It's dimensional.
And you have this ability to travel.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Then why, in all of our history, is there no record of you or someone like you ever having visited us?
Because we have not visited you before.
Why not?
Up until now.
Not ready.
It's only now that your life will merit serious attention.
What's happening?
He's unconscious again.
He's dying.
Whatever you need from him, you better get it soon.
No.
In some way resulting in the incredible leap out here.
Theory.
Do you have any facts that fit this? Can you get us back?
Right. And shut up.
We have an opportunity here for scientific discovery.
We'll report our observations. How? To whom?
Right.
Can you get us back?
I will try. I request a moment with the captain.
I'd keep Wesley here. Wesley understands this guy.
Best you do not repeat this to the others, especially not to the mother.
I must get my ship back. Do we have time for
He and a few like him are why I travel.
He's recruiting.
Such musical geniuses I saw in one of your ship's libraries, one called Mozart, a genius who made music not only to be heard, but seen and felt.
Wesley is Mozart. Oh, man.
But with the equally lovely intricacies of time, energy, propulsion, and the instruments of this vessel. You're right, I must hurry now.
Yeah, dude, we gotta go.
It's a boy for now. He should be encouraged.
Put the flame out in your thoughts! Now, get to your station and concentrate on your assignment.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Captain. Thanks for saving me from burning up.
It will be most important that those aboard avoid random thoughts that might change the reality of what we're attempting to do.
Should we knock everybody out, maybe?
Concentrate completely on your duty of the moment or on the traveler, on his well-being. Think of him as someone you care deeply for.
Whatever you do, do not think of Mr. Stay Puft.
I will need Kaczynski back on the main computer.
You need me?
No.
Yes.
Well, you're being nice. You're just kind of replicating all of the stages of the experiment.
I feel such an abundance of well-being on the ship. It feels like quite wonderful.
Your words worked.
On my order, Mr. Data, Mr. LaForge.
A crew of singular purpose. Love it. Data's like, here we go, man.
Not enough.
Wesley, what do you got? See the streaks going through him? Where are we? Position?
This is to inform you that with your support, Traveler has returned us to our own galaxy. However, he has now left us. We wish him well.
Yeah, we don't know he's dead, but it doesn't look good.
Wesley Crusher, report to the bridge. On the double.
The boy.
Commander Riker has told me how supportive you were in engineering. Well done. Sit here in command.
Captain, it's not allowed.
Your orders.
Whoop.
Only commissioned officers.
It's quite all right, sir. I understand.
Please don't interrupt me, Wesley.
I'm sorry, sir.
It's so savage.
For outstanding performance in the best Starfleet tradition, Wesley Crusher is made acting ensign with the duties and privileges of that rank.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
The earliest opportunity, your entrance application for Starfleet Academy will be tendered. Until then, you will learn...
Ah!
Commander Riker, a duty schedule for Mr. Crusher?
Hell yeah, man.
You can sit here and learn something.
If you don't mind, sir, I'd like to sit here for a while.
Oh, I love that. I love that. All right, everybody, we just finished watching Star Trek The Next Generation Season 1, Episode 6, Where No One Has Gone Before, and the only thing left to do is talk about it. All right, everybody, we just finished watching Where No One Has Gone Before, the 6th episode of the very first season of Star Trek The Next Generation. My favorite one so far. I thought this one had all the fun things. And really some stuff in here that is very lore dense and very heavy. I mean, we went farther than anybody has gone so far. Okay, so I have a question. And again, I don't know if you can answer this in a non-spoilery fashion. I do know some things about the next generation. I do, like, for the things that I've kind of gleaned from the movies and things like that, but I'm not sure exactly. Here's the one thing I don't know. In TOS, we had that galactic edge, the edge of the universe, with like the purple and the pinks, where we went into and No Man has gone before, when we had Gary Mitchell and all the telepaths and all that stuff. So do we have that, or is that kind of like retconned, like we don't have that edge anymore in TNG? My point being, I'm not sure if, like, hey, in whatever direction, if you're looking in like 3-dimensionally, like what spatial direction we're going in our galaxy to get to the edge. I mean, maybe we were going in the other way. I don't know what that makes any sense. Or I always assumed that it was sort of like all around known space. I don't know enough about that, and I certainly can't speculate on that. I don't want to get off into the weeds, but even if it's something like, they don't really talk about the edge of the galaxy anymore, cool. I'll just, I'll assume that that's part of TOS and not something that they're really going to tackle in TNG, or they don't want to tackle in TNG. I don't know if it's a kind of an effort to make the universe bigger. That's how bad I am. I'm not sure exactly what the standards of size are. But again, my favorite episode we've had. This was an interesting one for me because I'm a huge Will Wheaton fan, and I know that there's a kind of I'm not sure if it's the majority of people aren't real huge fans of Wesley Crusher. I've heard that for years. I've heard that people don't like Will Wheaton's character in The Next Generation. I've seen plenty of the Wesley memes and all that stuff. Wesley. So I'm aware of that sort of. I don't know if I don't know if it's sort of like made up, or it's like a tongue-in-cheek sort of inside joke, or if people genuinely don't like Wesley. And I'm not going to yuck anybody's yum. If you don't like the character, you don't like the character. I'm not going to sway you into liking it or anything like that. I've always been a huge Will Wheaton fan. Ever since I saw him in Stand By Me, I thought he was absolutely fantastic. What was his name? LaChance? Yeah, I mean, really, really cool. Gordon LaChance, I think. Just an incredible performance. 4 incredible young actors in that movie. I mean, it's one of my very favorites. It reminds me of growing up, to be honest, and I absolutely love that. I had 4 buddies. There were 3 other buddies as well. There was 4 of us, so it was. I always tangent over, but Will Wheaton will always have us. I'll always give him the benefit of the doubt. How's that? Now, later in life, I continued to be a huge fan of Will Wheaton whenever he did the tabletop story that was over on Geek and Sundry. I think it was on Geek and Sundry, where he would just tackle whether it be like a TTRPG, a tabletop role-playing game, or a board game. And I thought I watched the heck out of that series. I thought it was super duper good. But anywho, I digress. The character of Wesley Crusher to me is very interesting. I really, really enjoy it. And I think having a Wesley Crusher, and I'm sure this was probably the intent, having somebody younger like that might be a good way to have younger people interested in the show. Because if you see somebody that is closer to your peer, you might be more inclined to enjoy the episode, or feel a certain synergy or a certain kind of sense of, oh, if Wesley acts this way, then I would probably act this way too. I'm close in age to him. I don't know. I mean, I just think that you're covering a lot of basis. The more kind of inclusionary your entire crew gets, I think you're covering a lot of basis with your audience too. You're giving a lot more dynamics, a lot more of association. I just think it's really an interesting way to go about it, to have somebody that young that is on, again, the Mozart thing was really, really cool. You had somebody this is like an absolute genius. This is somebody who could easily be the best of the best at this thing. I like that setup. I can't help it. I like it. Now, as for everything else that goes on, we found out about the Traveler, who we do not have a name for. There's something about Traveler, the name of Traveler, that pings for me, but I don't know if I easily might be thinking of some completely different franchise. I mean, I play the TTRPG Traveler. I don't think that's it, but a capital T Traveler pings something for me. And again, it might be from Enterprise, because wasn't there a time traveler in, I'm not going to try to ruin anything for people that haven't watched a 30-year-old show, but I watched Enterprise, the prequel series, I guess, the whole thing, because my buddy was on it. So I watched the whole thing. And I remember I'm pretty sure there was a time traveler in that. And I don't know if they called him. That's why I initially said time traveler. I can't remember if they called him the Traveler or not. I don't know if that's it. I might be getting myself confused. So again, I know you would spoil it to tell me, but we'll just leave it. We'll put a pin in the Traveler. How's that? Really enjoyed everything. Oh my gosh, this is definitely where we've never been before. Completely foreign space with like those like 4 light kind of almost like atoms going around, like we're looking inside, electrons, and I love shit like that, where you stop and wonder. Like, I've watched Star Trek, I've seen the original series, and then you see something brand new and you're like, holy shit, what are we looking at here? I even liked whenever we popped into God knows what speed we were going, when Geordi was like, yeah, we're over 10, we're off the charts, and everything kind of went like almost like you're looking through a stained glass window. We had like those just splotches of color that were inside the warp tunnel. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. And really, the only antagonist we had in this entire, episode was speed and distance. I guess in thought, too, that we added in there. It was almost like a science problem that we scienced the shit out of, with some metaphysical stuff thrown in, learned a little bit, had some revelatory information on Wesley, met the Traveler, Wesley's now an acting effing ensign, which that's bold, but that's awesome too. I mean, I'll gladly take it. Interesting episode. But you know what? All of these fun facts that we learn in front of the camera can only be supplemented by the fun trivia and facts that we can learn happened behind the camera, which I'm sure there are a few. And so once again, we turn to the ever mighty, ever knowledgeable Q. Greetings, mon capitaine, and welcome to another edition of Q&A. Friends, this is where, after having watched and reacted to a Next Generation episode of Star Trek, I like to dig a little bit deeper and find out what went on behind the cameras. Because as we've often learned from TOS and TNG, the story behind the cameras is often just as spicy as the one they put in front of the cameras. But to keep myself from wandering off into the weeds for a couple hours, I've given myself 5 categories to explore. The first, writer and director. Who were they? The second, guest stars. Did we have any? The third, of the core cast, or the big 9, who was present? The fourth, and spiciest of all the categories, the production notes. What went on behind the cameras? And last, but certainly not least, a memorable quote from this episode. Let's get started. All right, my dear friends, and now for our first category, writer and director, who were they? Well, we actually had 2 writers again for this episode in Diane Duane and Michael Reeves. And for our director, we had a newcomer, Rob Bowman. More on Rob when we get down to the production notes, and I'll let you a little bit of a spoiler. These are positive production notes. We don't have to worry about any nefarious things happening, at least not in this episode. Let's move on. All right, my dear friends, and now for our second category, that of guest stars. Did we have any? Yes, we did, and I thought I would note 2 of them, in that we had Stanley Kamal as Kozinski, and we had Eric Menyak as the Traveler. Cool little additional beat here, what I found when I was looking through there. The actor that played the Traveler was actually the last runner-up for the role of Data. And so I guess as sort of a consolation prize, he was given the role of the Traveler. And so interesting, what might have been, right? Let's move on. And now for our third category of the core cast, or the Big Nine, who appeared here. Well, first we need to know who the Big Nine happens to be. And that's Picard, that's Riker, that's Troy, that's Geordi, that's Data, that's Tasha Yar, that's Worf, and that's the Crushers, Beverly and Wes. Good news, everybody. All hands present and accounted for. Let's move on. All right, my dear friends, and now it's time for the spiciest of all the categories, the production notes. Let's get started. All right, my friends, and for our very first production note, this one's awesome. I absolutely love this. I told you we would get back to our director, Rob Bowman. Well, Rob Bowman received this job at the ripe old age of 27. He was terrified, to say the least. But how did our guy prepare for this? This was his big break. He knew that if he got this right, it could be his career. And he knew that if he got this wrong, that would be his career. And so, friends, our guy absolutely threw himself into preparation for this. He spent, without having he didn't have anything else going on, 20 days prior to the beginning of the shoot for this episode, he was on set. He was in studio. He was walking the production halls. He was listening to the conversations with the cast. He was being pleasant. He was helping where he could, but his job was to focus on what he was looking at in these sets. He spent 8 to 10 hours every day, including non-production days of Saturdays and Sundays, drinking in the space. He saw the lines he wanted to film, where the lighting needed to go, what he wanted to put up on screen. He was projecting into his own mind. And though I'm several decades late, well done, Mr. Bowman, well done. And now, friends, for our second production note, I thought I'd keep the good times rolling and go ahead and talk about the Targ. Worf's dog that he saw inside this episode was played by a wild boar by the name of Emmy Lou. Now, it was said that Emmy Lou was, well, very sweet and very pleasant and very nice to be around. Really, and I cannot stress this enough, from all of the quotes that I've read, smelled really bad. They said it was a mixture of hot garbage, a sweet and sour smell of death, and it was so pungent that they had to wash the carpets. They had to wash their uniforms over and over. People had to wash their hairs. It saturated everything. I don't know why I find that so funny, but I like the idea of Emmy Lou leaving her mark. Friends, let's move on. All right, friends, and for our third production note, boy, thank God for this Q&A. We actually have some fun stuff to talk about. So our visual effects artist, Robert Legato, is the one responsible for all of these awesome effects that we had in this one, especially, like the end of the universe type of stuff that we saw. But this is very interesting stuff. So how did he create the end of the universe sort of look, or how did he kind of settle in on that? And I'm going to quote this one because I thought it was really cool. I did it simply, at home in my basement with water. I had always noticed water reflections on the wall, so I shot multiple layers of that through dissolved mylar bits. It was peculiar and bizarre, and I used little suspended moving Christmas tree lights for that little blinky twinkle. Awesome stuff. Let's move on. And now for our fourth production note, how was this episode viewed from the production side of everything? When they had the final printed copy, what did they think of it? And I think this quote by Maurice Hurley was pretty much summed up the general vibe that came out of this episode. Everything about this episode worked. That's when everybody started to hit their stride a little bit. The casting was good. The Traveler was wonderful. The optical effects were excellently outstanding. You could feel things starting to come together. Friends, I was the end quote right there, but friends, it's always good to note when things start to turn around. And maybe, just maybe, this was the episode where it started. Let's move on. And our last production note, my friends, again, we've had 5 positive production notes. Let's say something great about that. And it turns out the episode turned out well, right? So who would have thought? No negativity and you have a positive product, but I digress. What I thought I would say is this. This was also the first episode that was honored with an Emmy Award nomination for outstanding sound mixing for a drama series. That's a great way to end the production notes, don't you think? Let's move on. And for our very last category before we say goodbye, my friends, a memorable quote from this episode. And what I thought I'd go with a quote from the Traveler himself. And this one says of young Wesley Crusher, "He and a few like him are why I travel." Thus ends another edition of Q&A. Until such time as you and I can play with our good friend Jean-Luc again, behave yourselves.